Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video, and today we have the unboxing of the game This War of Mine, the board game, created by 11-Bit Studios, a board game by Michal Orsis and Jacob Wisniewski. In war, not everyone is a soldier. A story that must be told. The sun is about to set, and with it fades the threat of catching a sniper bullet if you are reckless or desperate enough to stick your nose out of the shelter. But the night brings no solace. Whatever little supplies we gather are now at risk because of marauding looters, and worse. Our group is small, but we manage. Right now, the strongest among us are readying themselves to sneak out under the cover of darkness and scavenge food and anything of value. The rest will try to catch some sleep and prepare for another day of war, another day of struggling for survival. Welcome to Polgrin, a besieged city where a group of citizens is trying to survive the horrors of an unending war, make hard choices, face difficult challenges, and tell an unforgettable and meaningful tale whenever you share this unique experience with your friends. There are no points or competition, just those who make it until the ceasefire. The road to survival is hard, and as you are trapped in the middle of a military conflict where morale and ethical principles lose meaning. Manage your shelter, craft the items necessary for your existence and defense, explore the vast city, and risk your life scavenging for resources along with your friends. Is surviving war a victory? That depends on what you become. And here we go, some couple of little things that are written down here based on This War of Mine, the award-winning computer game by 11-Bit Studios, now enabling you to share the burden of war with your friends. Open and play. Okay, a whole bunch of pictures here. Again, this is from awakenedrealms.com for more information. This was released a while back. Okay, by 11-Bit. Get mature content recommended for 18 above. And there's your components list. All right, so let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside. So we have lots and lots of stuff. There's a lot of stuff inside this box. So first thing I'm going to start with is the game board, which is pretty large. So I'm going to make some room here right off the bat, and let's take a look here. Like I said, the board is very big. Characters, fittings, ideas, fate. Place a new fitting. See description on fitting cards. Furniture. Hole, heap. Narrative actions, colors. Let's flip this open a little bit more. Events, objectives, visitors. Said closed door, rubble, closed door, rubble, rubble, closed door. Looks like ladders going down. Heap, heap. Furniture up there. Findings pile. 14, closed, distant, far. Locations, cold, events. Got the number 876543 with an ear next to it, so I'm assuming it means sound. That's one part of the board. Now the board, it gets even larger and larger. Like I said, it's a very big board, and it's double-sided. So let's continue to move forward with this. I'm trying to show you it all. Unarmed melee weapon, firearm, exploration, residence, findings, night raids, unknown, exploration slot, a slot for any active residence, hiding place, and map cards. Pokeabout, discard, unknown. Bars, furniture, sleep on the floor, new idea. Okay, down here we also have rubble, furniture, storage number 5, or times 5, you have rubble, heap, rubble, there's a hole there, it says, storage, all right. So I showed you pretty much the whole thing on this side of the board. So this is one side of the board. So as you can tell, it's a very large board. Okay. Everything that I showed you on this side already. Okay. the other side also. So hold on. Don't want to break the board. One thing I did not read to you was wounded, severely wounded. And of course, we have outside. Roll the black die first. If a 1 is rolled, the character placed here is hit by a sniper bullet and suffers 2 wounds. Then draw and resolve 1 visitor card. Or if the number of characters in the group is 2 or less, search the visitor's deck for the first arrival card and resolve it. Okay, now we're going to flip this sucker over. This is the other side. Wild garden, rubble, 2 times roll, poke about, water, storehouse, hole, heap, inaccessible, poke about parts, poke about wood components, storage, storage number 5. Top we have furniture, colors, sniper file, place a new fitting, fittings, characters, fate, narrative actions and colors. Do this the best I can without breaking the board. Again, unarmed firearm, we have exploration, residence, findings, night raids, unknown, exploration slot, advanced, discard, hole, again, closed door, bars, search, sleep on the floor, guard, outside, severely wounded, wounded, unarmed, melee weapon, firearm, more sound, as you can tell. Sorry, more sounds, locations, findings pile, cold, events, objectives, visitors. To this side, just showing you some more. There's your rubble, objectives. So there you go. So it's a very, very large board, as I was saying to before. Trying to rip it. Here it'll appear. Again, here's the fate, narrative actions, colors, furniture, sniper fire, place a new fitting, fittings, and characters. So go back to the original board, put this out here like this, and move it on the game so you guys can see it while we're opening everything up. So as you can tell, it's a very, very large board. Very, very large board. Okay. We also have some save sheets, and of course it tells you here locations, notes, characters and states, fatigue, hunger, misery, wounds, illnesses, again across the board here, epilogue, all kinds of open slots, storage ×5, wood components, notes, starting character. You get a bunch of these in here. Front and back are the same. There you go. Get that. You also get the book of scripts. Now, I'm not going to get into this. There's a whole bunch of information here. The credits. It's many, many pages. A few words from the authors. There's a total of 1,947 different things that can happen throughout the game. Again, the cards tell you what location you're going to go to, what script you have to read, all that stuff, like what's happening to your characters. There's number 1, and it works its way in there. Okay, about the rules, how to use the book, scripts, blank tokens, ABC token, conversations during gameplay, 6 players, gameplay support app, game components. All that stuff is in here. So I don't want to read too much out here because I do not want to ruin anything. So you have your book of scripts, and you have that right there. Okay, so you have your Endless Night card here. It says War has changed everything. Set up changes, shelters, night raids, construct the events deck, starting cold, draw 2 characters, next player, starting fittings, starting stuff, scenario, objective, changes in rules, Endless Night, character's death, character bans the group, we accomplish the objective. use the scenario, see 905. So it tells you to go to 905 in the script book. The last day, again, see 905. War has ended, set up changes, construct the events deck, starting cold, draw 4 characters. Next player, starting fittings. Scenario objectives, change in rules, hope, bicycle. Starting stuff, character's death, character abandons the group, we accomplish the objective. We'll put that up there as well. We've got lots and lots of tokens, so here's a token sheet for you. Fatigue, hunger, weapons, alcohol, meds, book, saw blade, shotgun, all kinds of things, vegetables, electrical parts, weapon parts. Again, you're scavenging throughout the whole game. You're scavenging for things, cold, raw food, canned food, ammo, lockpicks, shells, different kinds of coffee, sugar. Front and back are the same. Okay. That's one group of tokens right there. We have some more tokens. What I like about the tokens is that they're very colorful. There's no confusion as to what they are. They're good sized as well. Again, all this stuff is explained in the rulebook as well, as you would figure. There you go. Then we got even more. Tokens. Got some blank ones. Some more blank ones. A guitar, a knife, board up weight, raw food, canned food. More stuff, cigarettes. Again, front and back are the same. The journal during a playthrough. That is all it says here. During the playthrough, after setup, you will go through a full day and night cycle, and that is divided into 7 phases, as described in the journal. You do not have to know all the rules to begin this experience. The icons, decks, keywords, spaces, attributes, and other elements will be explained as you proceed. That is all. Let us begin. You will learn everything else during the game. To set up, determine the leader. Draw 3 character cards. Distribute the cards onto the board. Place all shelter cards on the board. Prepare events deck. The 4 character limit. Colored base discs. What you should know. Storage. Combat dice, black dice, noise marker. Distribute tokens and resources. Here they are. Tell you exactly what you're supposed to get. State tokens, shared experience. Next player. A new day begins. See 200. Event. Draw and resolve the top card from the events deck. Next player. Continue the day actions phase. Script numbers. Most cards in the game contain script numbers in the colored circles. You should ignore those numbers unless a game effect directly instructs you to address them. Script numbers. Movement in the shelter. Day actions. 3 actions. Each character may perform up to 3 actions. Available actions. Actions on the shelter spaces, fitting cards. Actions on shelter cards. Pick the lock, placing a new fitting card. Dusk. Water. Hunger. Next player. Evening. Sleep in the bed, sleep on the floor. Guard duty. Scavenging. Next player. Scavenging. Choose a location. Choose one of the 3 available location cards. Choose equipment. Set the noise maker. Prepare the unknown deck and explore. Choose findings. Night Raid. Choose weapons for their guards. Night Raid. Draw and resolve the top card of the Night Raid's deck. Read below on how you can minimize damage and wounds. Guards and weapons. Prowess during the Night Raid. Board ups. Crime Wave. Again, you're survivors, you're not soldiers, so you're not trained in weapons and stuff like that, so kind of weak in this game. Dawn. Scavenging party returns. Assign meds and bandages. Draw a fate card. Narrative action card. Alcohol. Death Among Us. Save. Combat sheets. Each round you roll a combat die corresponding to the weapon used for each character and enemy. Prowess in combat. Fleeing. Backstab. Weapons. Combat scripts. Enemy's death. Character during exploration. Trade sheet. And that's the end. So that's your journal, which is kind of your starting point for the game. So it appears to me that you learn the game as you go along. Okay, so you got the journal. Put that down here. Put this in between. All right. So we got some bags for all the tokens. It's always good to have. We got the bags here. So let's take a look at what we got in here. Could be pieces of wood. Not sure what they are, but that's what they look like. A bunch of those in a bag. Okay. There they are right there. They're all the same. Another bag. Little markers. Got a red one, some blue ones. Got that right there, you see that? I have some gears. Well, let me take out one. Oh, let me take one of these out so you can see it right up front, up close. There they are, there up front. A couple extras in the bag there. Look at that's what they are. Bag there. Some gears. Got a bag full of those. Again, everything's explained in the rule book, in the scripts, in the journal. Everything that you need to know is going to be in there. How these all are utilized throughout the game, what they're used for. Okay. There's dice that are very specific, game specific. So we got that. Get those out. We can show the dice. Nice big thick die. So you got a gray one, a red one, a yellow one, and a D10. It's a standard D10. Okay. You got this red one who's got that on it. 2 sights, bunch of bullet holes on it. 3 there, got 3 there, 2 there, 2 there. Again, not sure what the die is used for, but there it is. It's another die. That's the red one. Got the yellow one. It's got a axe. That symbol again. It's got a knife. No symbol. 3 knives. 2 knives. 1 knife. Not sure what that symbol means, but there it is. That's the yellow die. Then you have a gray die. That's a fist, blank, two fists. You got that symbol again. This might be a hand-to-hand melee dice. Not sure. From what I've understood watching some people play this game, it's kind of learn as you go, which is cool. I didn't see anything anywhere where it says you got bases for your figures. I have up to 4 players playing at one time. There you go. You guys have seen these before. They pop right onto the... So you got a brown one, a green one, a yellow one, and a blue one. Right. More stuff that you got there. Put that over there. So we've got decks of cards as well. So I'll open them up online. Residents, locations, events. Right, so let's take a look at event cards. You got location, you got residents. See what it says for residents. Civilians, deserters, hobos, homeless, rats. Let's read what a rat says. Phew, it was nothing, just some rats. You may return 1 exploration card to try to catch one. Perform backstab. You draw a combat sheet. If the character present deal 3 or more wounds, they manage to catch and kill something that might be edible after proper preparation. Add 1 raw food to the findings pile. Afterwards, remove this card from the game. Then it has all those numbers on the bottom there again. Rats. Reality impact. Something unexpected has happened. Draw a card from the colors deck to determine the color of the script. Then reveal the top card of the residence deck and check the number with that color on it. Find that number in the book of scripts and resolve the corresponding text. Afterwards, shuffle this card back into the residence deck. Rebels, soldiers, survivors, thugs, and thugs. That is your residence deck. You also have locations. Abandoned cottage, central square, church, city hospital, construction site, derelict squat, garage, hotel, military outpost, old town, quiet house, ruined block of flats, ruined villa, shelled school, small apartment building, sniper junction, supermarket, and warehouse. So let's look at that card there. Open space, basement entrance, bars, closed doors, special findings, 1 to 3 nothing, 4 5 sugar, mechanical parts, 7 8 weapon part, canned food, a hatchet, exploration, rare findings, medium. And all the cards tell you that it is medium, small, large. Okay. Again, everything will be explained, hopefully, in the books. And that's your location deck. You also have an event deck. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, ceasefire, contagious illness, crime on the rise, airdrop, army deals, bad news, crime wave, famine, food shortages, harsh winter, rat infestation, reality impact, relatively peaceful, shelling, and snipers. So let's take a look at Chapter 1. It says here, when the Civil War broke out, many people thought that it would only last a couple of weeks. It's been a year since the military surrounded the rebels in the capital, cutting off all supply lines. The civilians that still trapped in the city suffer from hunger, disease, and the constant threat of shelling. It's another day of desperate waiting for the end of this terrible war. Determine the objectives for each of the 3 chapters of the campaign. Find a final objective card in the objectives deck and place it on the objective space on the board. Then draw 2 more objective cards and place them on the final objective. These cards should be placed face up, and you may look at them anytime during the game. Remove the remaining objective cards from the game. At the end of each chapter, resolve any reward/penalty from the corresponding objective card. After determining the objectives, draw the top event card. After you resolve this card, remove it from the game. There you go. So that is your events deck. We also have another deck of cards. You have your Night Raid, Build a Workshop, Narrative Actions, Colors. So let's start with one at a time. Got the colors. It says color black, color blue, color green, color gray, color red. So let's see what it says here. Shuffle this card back into the colors deck. Note, the red reality impact scripts often depict drastic scenes. If you do not wish to have such events in your game, remove this card from the game and draw another color card. Gray, shuffle this card back into the colors deck. Green, shuffle this card back into the colors deck. Okay, so it looks like, okay, say color black. Shuffle this card back into the colors deck. Note, the black reality impact scripts often depict blind and merciless fate. If you do not wish to have such events in your game, remove this card from the game and draw another color card. All right, so it looks like the two most severe cards are the red and black. If you don't want them in the game, you want the game to be a little more kid-friendly. Again, this is 18 over. A lot of adult themes in this game, so you got to be careful. I've read that everywhere, that this is not a uplifting game of any sort. So it's a very violent game. It's a very sad game. A lot of bad things happen during war, and it's depicted well in this game. So again, it's definitely for 18 years of age or older. So this one also has a solo mode to it. So probably if I was going to play this game, I would play it solo. My children are too young for this type of game. I have a 8-year-old and a 12 going on 13-year-old. I think they might find it very disturbing, this game. So Build a Workshop, 1 mechanical part, 5 components, 3 wood. So these are wood. Like I said, they were wood, and that's your mechanical parts. All right, so flip it over. You want to make an alcohol still, a bed, cage trap, a chair, cooking stove, efficient heater, gunsmith workshop, herbal workshop, reinforced door, vegetable garden, bed, crude stove, deadfall trap, herbal garden, metal workshop, moonshine still, make a radio, rainwater collector, simple heater, or workshop. So let's just see what it says. Alcohol still, distill 100% alcohol. For each 1 moonshine plus 1/book, 100% alcohol. After resolving this action, add the appropriate tokens to the storage. All right. Reinforced door. Reinforced door adds +2 to the prowess of each character on guard duty. See Journal of the Night Raid phase. Okay. So that's what these cards are. Again, those are your building a workshop. Narrative actions. You have Close Call, Dead On, Duty, Got It, Handyman, Headshot, Secret Storage, Kick the Door Down, Like a Mouse, Night Owl, Resourceful, Rumors, Through the Sewers, Vigilant Watch, Who's There? Let's read that one. It says, play at the end of any phase, draw and resolve 2 cards from the visitor's deck. After playing this card, move it from the game. That is your narrative actions. Then you also have your night raids. Rugged hoodlums, hobos, looters, memories. Choose a character currently on guard duty. Check their misery and roll the black die. Misery 0-1, misery 2-3. I guess these would be the pages. Find that number in the book of scripts and resolve the corresponding text. Afterwards, shuffle this card back into Night Raids deck. Raging Gang, Reality Impact, Starving People. Let's see what it says here. Starving People. Damage. Any 4 tokens / resource starting with green tokens. Wounds 1. Afterwards, remove this card from the game. That's your Night Raids. Okay, and as we continue on, we have even more cards, as we said before. A lot of cards in this game. Got blank cards. Got Fate. Exploration. Any of your character cards. All right, so right off the bat, you got blank cards. Okay. You got character cards. So each of your characters. You got Anton, Erika, Boris, Bruno, Sveta, Amelia, Katya, Marin, Marco, Pavle, Roman, and Zlata. So it says prowess 0, empathy 8. Spirit, if there is a guitar in the storage, lower 2 chosen characters' misery by 1. If any character in the group is miserable, level 2 or 3, raise Zlata's misery by 1. Comforting presence, lower 2 chosen characters' misery by 1. It's got 4 inventory. Okay. So now that's different from Anton. It's got 7 empathy, professor of mathematics, prowess. If there is at least 1 book in the storage, lower Anton's misery by 1. If he is miserable, raise his fatigue by 1. If Anton is hungry, level 2 or 3, raise his illness by 1. If Anton is wounded, raise his wounds by 1. You have 3 inventory. There are your characters. We've got our fate deck. Raise wounds. So it's got fate. Yeah, so this one says raise the wounds, lower the illness. Jam. Weapon is jammed. Headshot. Stumble. Knockout. Weapon loss. Dismemberment. Dodge. So I don't want to read too much about that. That's fate because I don't want to give anything away in the game. And then we have this stuff over just a little bit, so you're try to squeeze everything in here. So over here we've got exploration again. So here it says climb up, look for another way, climb. Door, peek through the keyhole or enter. Peek through the keyhole or enter. Search the furniture. Search the heap. Hideout. Hiding place. I think I saw something. Return as many exploration cards as you wish and roll the black die. Add the number of the returned exploration cards to result. Result 1 to 5. Draw and resolve a resonance card. Search the pantry. Poke about. Reality impact. Reality impact. Someone's here. Raise the noise by 3. Stairs down. Look for another way. Enter. Stairs up. Tough luck. Bars. Basement entrance. Closed door. Jam door. Open space. Rubble. Dig through it. After digging through, this is what happens. So those are your exploration cards. And we have one more set of cards in the box. Rebel Remnants. This is Rebel, okay. Look at these cards. I don't know what these cards are called, but they all seem to be the same, so. All right, these are, it says bars, cut through, closed door, closed door, closed door, furniture, 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 heap. So your different decks. So you got a bar deck here. When we looked at the board, there's a part that says fittings, it says furniture, right? So these cards must all go on there. And you can look it over real quick. It says you gain 1 weapon part, 1 sugar, 5 components of wood. Add these to the storage, remove this card from the game. So you found that in a heap of garbage. So things that you could search and things you could find. So there you go. Now we got some findings. Visitors. Oh, it's an exploration card. I don't know what that's doing there. Put that over here. Exploration card. Visitors. And then final objectives. Chapter objectives. Okay. So let's look at these a little bit at a time. So let's go with findings. are the same. Pantry furniture heap. Pantry furniture heap. Different things you could find. Reality impact. Something unexpected has happened. Draw a card from the colors deck to determine color of the script. Then check the number with that color on the rare findings chart on the current location card. Find that number in the book of scripts and resolve the corresponding text. Afterwards, place this card under the current location card. When that location card is removed from the game, shuffle this reality impact card back into findings deck. Let's read one of these. See the corresponding chart below. Pantry furniture heap to check what you have found. Raw food, vegetable, herbal meds, jewelry, weapon part, filter, mechanical part, chems. Then roll the black die for special findings and see the current location card for the result. Add 2 tokens to the findings pile. Afterwards, shuffle this card back into the findings deck. All right, so we got a findings deck. So things we find around when exploring. Got it. How about some visitors? Arrival. 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 Beggars. Doctor. Gossip. Please help us. Reality impact. Starting neighbor. Trader. See what this one says. Trader. You may perform a trade. See journal trade sheet. To exchange tokens from the storage for any other tokens. Trade commission is 2. Starting neighbor. The neighbor begs for food. Any food you can spare. You can decide to share. If you decide not to share, if you do not have such tokens in the storage. So choices to make on these things. All right. I don't want to go into too much. Again, I don't want to give too much away. So that's your visitor's deck. So I don't want to ruin anything, as you can tell. I'm going to put that down there. Those are visitor cards. Here we go. We got our final objective cards as well. We got the final objective and chapter objectives. So, survive, help the sick and wounded in our area, collect vegetables for the refugees, water delivery for local thugs, food for the hungry, soldiers to storm the civilians, taking care of ourselves, staying fit. At the end of chapter, all characters' hunger must be 0. Reward clear mind. Immediately draw 2 narrative action cards and keep both. Penalty, broken morale. Raise all characters' misery by 2. So there are your objectives and your final objective. That's all your cards there, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lot of cards, a lot of decks. And last but not least, we have the figures that go with the character cards, which are right here. Actually, I have quite a few of them here. Like get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 12 to choose from. All right, so there's one. Very cool sculpts, actually. Very, very cool. That's 1, 2. 3rd. 5th guy. As we said, the character cards gives you all the information about who you're playing, who they could be. That's cool. These are really nice figures, actually. They're true 28mm, so that's good. So if you want to use them for any other kind of game where they need a bunch of survivors, that's a great way to use them as well, besides this game. This game here, I've never played it, but my question always is this a game that you'll go, once you play it, will you actually go back to it more than one time? Not sure. It's very thematic. It's very depressing and a lot of tough topics in the game. So I don't know how often replayability is, but I'm very intrigued because everybody says how awesome of a game it is too. So what reason I picked up in the expansions was because it was ranked very, very highly by a lot of people who played it. It's a good solo game, so we'll check it out. And last but not least, there you have it. And bag the figures come in. So everything you see here is included in the game This War of Mine, the board game. And that concludes this unboxing video. Again, what were we talking about today? This War of Mine, the board game. I want to thank you so much for joining us again for this unboxing video. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like. Leave a comment below. We always love to read what our viewers have to say. You could always subscribe to the channel. This way you're kept up to date with any other unboxing videos that we'll be releasing in the future. As always, thank you so much for joining me on this video. Enjoy your day. Be safe, be well, and I'll catch you on the next unboxing video.